where tomorrow's NBA stars shine today. I'm your host, Cody Ramsey, and I'm joined here today with a very special guest, Gabe Nesmith. Gabe is currently ranked as the number 6 overall player in the nation for 2027, according to ESPN. He's a 6'5", 175-pound forward who will be playing at a very talented, prolific prep team this year after transferring from Montverde Academy. He's an electric player, someone who you should have on your radar for the next couple of years, as he may join your favorite team when the time comes. Thank you for joining us today, Gabe.
For sure.
Of course. All right. And getting to know you, Gabe, tell me about your basketball journey and who got you into the sport.
Unfortunately, my 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 dad got me into it. My dad and my brother. So like when I was younger, I grew up watching them. I just wanted to play so bad. Like they wouldn't let me play because I was like too young. But my dad was telling me how to play. He wouldn't play my brother. I was so young. I used to be so mad. It was really weird. He always. I have a training lab, but he's taking me to my training lab town. Like me and my dad go shoot with that.
That's amazing to hear. Um, now talking about your basketball journey, um, and I always ask this because, younger generation, older generation kind of have different differences in favorite player and stuff. Who's your favorite player, now or historically, and do you model your game after them?
Right now, I like Shea. Shea Gilgeous Alexander. That's a big one. Um, Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. I like them three right there.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're at the top of the league right now. They're the young coming stars. Shea's game, I mean, he's electric. He's fun to watch.
For
Um,
sure.
I can kind of see that with your shiftiness. I was watching some Knight Riders clips and you got some shiftiness, so I definitely see that in your game.
Appreciate it.
Of course. Now looking back a little bit, did you grow up playing any other sports?
I played football.
You played some football?
Yeah, I played football. I was like really good. I was playing football all the time, and then everybody was like, "Yo, you should play basketball." I'm like, "You're way better at basketball than focus at basketball." I was like, "Nah, I like football, man." And so I just left football away. One of the worst days of my life.
Everything else is history at this point. You've definitely committed to basketball, and I mean, your talent shows for it, your hard work and dedication. Now looking at this, you hear stories of, kids getting this crazy growth spurt. Did that impact your transition from football to basketball, or did you already know?
Uh, so I was good, but I was always taller than everybody. So like, yeah, that was part of it. It was like you're tall and you're young and you're not like bad. So they was like play basketball. I was like, all right.
Yeah, no, that- when you're over 6 foot in like eighth grade, it's hard not to get committed to basketball. Um, you mentioned what kind of got you started in the sport. Can you tell me about your, early basketball journey and, what you've learned playing at the high school level so far? I mean, you were on, a high level AAU team and then a part of the Nike EYBL Scholastic circuit.
Yeah, well, like my first couple of years, playing like high school, it was I had two different like reality switches. Like first year, you're eighth grader, you're starting, you're playing, the next year you're on the bench, you're being supported, and you're a young guy and all that. So like, it was definitely different. I think I needed that, so just turned me into a better person. I'm very grateful for both of the experiences.
Definitely. It's kind of the best of both worlds. I mean, you come from, playing eighth grade and you're dominating. And then, I mean, on Montverde, that's a crazy team. That's a crazy program, with some very talented players. So, it was kind of a culture shock, but ultimately it's part of your journey, and I'm sure that makes you a better person as a whole. All right. So in doing some research, you played on the AAU circuit, with the Knight Riders. Were you a part of the team with the Boozer twins and Caleb Wilson?
Nah, I wasn't for that
You
too.
were. You're on the other team.
Yeah, I was on the other
Okay. Um, I mean, that's still a stacked AAU program as a whole. Do you believe that, playing with that level of competition, kind of brings out the best in your game? Kind of iron sharpening iron, kind of that, playing against the best makes you the best. Do you believe in that
team. Yeah,
mentality?
yeah, I definitely believe in that because I feel like, like if you play the best and you want to consider yourself the best also, then you have to play the best and show that you're the best. Because if you're just playing a bunch of like, I'm not gonna say like bums or whatever, but like everybody knows it's tears to basketball.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not gonna make you better or prove anything. For.
most definitely. Now, you tell me a little bit about, I know you're still very young in your basketball journey and career aspirations. Tell me a little bit about Montverde Academy. I know that it's historically like one of the best programs in the country. Tell me about your time there and a little bit about the culture of Montverde.
My time there, I would say my first month was rough for me 'cause I was away from home, and then I wasn't performing as well. But I started to get it together, and I feel like my coaches also encouraged me. Like anytime my coach like see me like down, he just come over and ask me if I was okay. Like regardless of who I was as a person on his team. And they always encouraged me. They always put me up. They gave me a lot of tactics, and my teammates. I ain't gonna lie, those that's probably like some of the funny days I had in a little minute. Like I like some of them I still call like every day, so that they straight. They make sure I'm straight. So like the coaching was perfect. It was really good. I got to make new connections and new friends.
Definitely. No, I mean, that's a great culture. It seems like they're building something really amazing. I mean, they've been churning out talent for years now.
So,
Um, Now, you said that you were away from home. Where are you from originally?
from West Palm Beach, Florida, South Florida. Like
Okay. And Montverde is
3 hours away.
3 hours.
Like so like near Orlando area.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. How was that adjustment? Did your family travel with you, or were you kind of staying up there?
Nah, I stayed up there in the dorms for
That's crazy. Talking about like a 13, 14-year-old kid staying by himself. That's a culture shock in itself. But it seems like you've made the best out of it and, made some really strong connections. And it's nice to hear that they have a support system there that allows you to succeed. Now, you are playing with Prolific Prep this season. What factors kind of went into that decision to move across country over to, Napa, California, where I'm from? What kind of put you walk me through the process of, what factors went into that?
like I was talking to my mom about it like almost every day. I was like, Mom, you gotta trust me on this one. Like it's the right decision. Like I like the coach and like I like what they have going. I like the situation he's trying to put me in. I was telling my mom like I don't like if it was up to me, I would have want to play every good school like right in my backyard. But I know I got to sacrifice for this. What I really want. I know I have to sacrifice. And I feel like my mom and dad were really supportive of that. Coach was really, you know, he showed me some that no other coaches really showed me, and I just like the culture and all that. So
Yeah, no,
I
they're building a crazy program over here. I've been to many small gyms with their, you know, gray team and, the entire Prolific Prep organization is just set up to win. So I believe that you'll fit right into that system and really succeed in that program. Um, Tell me about, you're from Florida. Um, and you moved to California. Tell me about that, lifestyle change. Have you found anything different, just kind of living here, and how long have you been in California?
Um, it's different. It's definitely different. Well, one, the time switch was horrible, but sometimes fine. Uh, definitely different. It's like in and out everywhere. In and out, like ain't no canes for real. It's definitely different. I've been down here for I think 3 weeks, my third week, and yeah, it's definitely different.
Still getting used to everything out in California. Yeah, no, it's a little different, especially coming from, West Palm Beach. That's probably a bigger city than Napa, California, which is a little bougie, a little bit smaller. Now, you know, you've put on social media a couple times that some schools are starting to recruit you. They're starting to take everything more serious. I mean, you were just on the ESPN rankings as number 6. Tell me how that recruiting process has been going for you currently, and what factors are most important when considering schools and basketball programs?
Um, some schools, UCLA was I want to visit there. Um, and I forgot some of the school. Mm, I forgot, but
Okay.
um, yeah. Well, for me, it really, the coach is good, the coach is right, you know, and that's really it. Coach is good, coach is right, and allow I'm a good enough player to, either have people come to the school with me or make an impact on the school, on the team to allow us to be better. So
Yeah.
that's really culture, coach, that's the main two for me.
And, having those two things and the comfortability to succeed in the program itself, I mean, goes a long way. So I'm sure that will be factoring into a decision coming up here for you pretty soon. Um, Now, what's really interesting is this is the first opportunity that I've had to interview somebody so highly ranked.
Mhm.
Tell me a little bit how you're kind of dealing with that pressure of being a highly ranked recruit and what kind of keeps you grounded during that process.
I would say, I would say, I never really think of myself as like a really big person. Like even my mom sometimes be telling me like, why you thinking so low of yourself right now? I was like, I still think of myself like, like just a regular basketball player, even though I'm still a regular human, but it's obviously tears and stuff. But I still think of myself like that. So like, it doesn't really like affect me for the most part. But I say there has been a time where I was like, well, I gotta do this because I'm that. There has been, but other than that, it's like it's not really factor in my life. I'm still little old Gabe.
That's amazing to hear, so humble when I mean you're a great talent. Everybody's been put on notice now. You're appearing in multiple journals about how good of a player you are, and seems like you're staying grounded through the process and staying humble, which is amazing to hear. Now, being still in, high school, how are you balancing academics and basketball and personal life? I mean, you're I'm sure busy. Um, what kind of goes into that, and have you faced any challenges when doing so?
Um, really just for me, like just make sure I have my schoolwork done by a certain time. Like even if it's supposed to be done at 11:59, like before that, or do it in class. Do all that stuff, and then do my basketball right. And I'm not really somebody that's like hanging out and all that, like just going out. So like, that doesn't really, yeah, it's police accidents, family. That's really it.
Yeah, no, it seems like you're on the right track, getting schoolwork done. Um, and then playing basketball. It seems like those are your two main priorities at this point, which is, I mean, a man determined is what you're becoming. Um, Now, not talking about basketball here. If you weren't to play basketball, what future career aspirations would you see having? What job would you have? What kind of career would you kind of go down if you weren't playing basketball?
I mean, low key, two things. I think I would be like either an agent or I would be like a lawyer. I feel
Okay.
like I could be a good lawyer. Honestly, I don't know why, but
Okay. That's great. We more than likely won't ever have to see that come into fruition, but
hmm.
I have to go ahead and ask those questions because it's interesting to hear if you weren't playing basketball, what your actual interests are, and getting to know that side of you is great when looking at, evaluating everybody as a person more than
Yeah,
just a basketball player.
for sure.
Um, so kind of looking long term here, where do you see yourself in 5 years, both as an athlete and a person, and just kind of looking as a whole, what are your long term basketball and career aspirations?
Hopefully in the NBA. You know, doing well and healthy, and just that's really it. That's where I should. That's where I want to see myself in 5 years. You know,
No,
hopefully,
that's great
grew,
goals.
grew a little bit more.
There we go. No, that's great goals to have. I mean, you know, 5 years looking at it, you got 2 more years of high school, a year of college, and then, that's 4 years. Hey, 5 years away is very, very possible here. So kind of looking at your past basketball experiences, what do you feel like is the greatest accomplishment or moment in basketball for you so far?
Yeah, it's tough. I want to say I really accomplished anything, honestly. Like, like for what I want, I don't think I really accomplished nothing. Or I could say like when I was in eighth grade, that was big for me at the time. I was like, dang, eighth grade in high school. But like other than that, I don't really consider more of the stuff that happened. Really funny. So I say
No,
that's the one.
that's very interesting to hear. I'm sure there'll be more memorable moments. I mean, even in this coming season, expanded role at Prolific Prep, you know, you're gonna make those memories and really have something tangible for you to remember. Um, in looking at retrospect, is there a moment where you're like, hey, I really, am taking my game to the next level. I'm really stepping up here. I can really compete with everybody. I know that's weird to say as the sixth ranked prospect in the nation. Um, but was there a time when you were like, damn, like I'm really getting to it here?
Uh, so it was actually obviously it was actually my mom. So actually weird. So we went to this May Hoops tournament and like I did really well. And I had got like a little write up and I had all circuit. And my mom was like, like it's about to be up from here. Like it's about to like now you gotta play good because the odds are on you. I'm like, mom, like this is one time like I'm not gonna always be like. And I was like, and after that it was up from here. And then like eventually I was like, man, I might actually be good at this for real, like better than what I thought. And it really my mom, she was like she told me. And I was like, damn. I was remind her about that. I'd be like, yeah, mom, you actually know it. It wasn't me.
That's amazing to hear. Having that great support system to push you and succeed and cherish your, you know, accomplishments while not allowing you to get low on yourself is great to have, as a person and as a basketball player. Now looking at your game here, what do you consider your greatest strength on the basketball court?
Uh, I would say right now it's just that was it my scoring. I can't really say nothing else. It is my scoring. Or like what I can do with the ball in my hands for real. Like when I have the ball in my hand, I think that's when I'm best.
Okay. Do you see yourself? So you're listed as a forward. Do you see yourself as a forward, or do you see yourself kind of as that combo?
Yeah, I'm a combo guard. And like I'm 6'5". Like ain't no 6'5" forwards in the league. So like like that's the best I could be is like shooting guard.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're still young. There might be room to grow. But if you stay at 6'5", I'm sure you'll have a very, very great career at 6'5". Um, Now, in looking at your game, what do you feel like you need to improve the most, or and what steps are you taking to improve those?
Um just my my defense for the most part, getting over ball screens, being 100% on every play. What I've been doing, the game tradition, guarding. Well, my coach is really good, and me and him play 1-on-1, so that's actually getting me better too. So yeah,
That's amazing to hear. I mean, there's always something to work on, um, but you're kind of putting it all together, and I'm sure there'll be a leap in, confidence and just overall play this coming season with that ability to, really dedicate yourself and get that leeway to play. Now, I have to ask, we kind of hinted on this a little bit earlier about staying humble, how you're a humble guy. You're just little old Gabe here. Um, After yesterday's update, you are now ranked number 6, 2027. You joined a really great program in prolific prep, expected to play more this season, get a bigger role. Have you noticed that you're getting more attention publicly? Like,
like a little bit, yeah, but for the most part, I don't even see it. It's like more my dad would see it and said it to me. But like lately, yeah, because especially when I committed to prolific, uh, that was big. So I was like, dang, that was a quick switch of this in 1 year. I just feel like it's a perfect opportunity for me. I gotta take it. Don't come by every year. So
exactly. Well, from what I've seen on social media, you have quite a fan base following, getting ready. Northern California is always happy to have you here, really showing out. Um, where can fans find you on social media? Anybody looking to get to know more about your game?
you can find me at Gabe EEE.5 on Instagram. Yeah, yeah.
Perfect. Well, Gabe, you have been amazing. I really appreciate you coming on today. I would love to have you back as the season comes to an end, kind of revisit some of these questions. Maybe you have that memorable moment that kind of stands out this coming season. And I wish you all the best on your future successes.